Good motherfucking morning, motherfucking boys. Good motherfucking morning, motherfucking ladies. How y'all doing today? This was beautiful of Saturday morning. We're good, chilling, Gucci, Tamagotchi. Yeah, good. Alright. I went for a run while listening to Gaki. Alright. But Gaki friends don't run, they just lift. Stamina friends, out. How are you today? I'm good, it's raining. It's a perfect day to sit inside and play video games, yes. Fucking been raining for 48 hours straight here in Sweden. A bit tired, but didn't sleep so well.
When a straight man dresses as a woman to have sexual fun, he is a transvestite. When a man is a woman trapped in a man's body and gets a little operation, that's a Forsen babe.
That's a Forsen babe. Alright. Very good. Let's see here. FNXOW, Cyrix, Pollinator, Super Sandia, Pokebear, and Nico Bellic. Thank you very much, ladies. Well, late today. I had a league game that was dragged out because I don't. So yeah. Unlucky. Let's see here. Anything cool, fresh, new, exciting happening in the world today that I should be made aware of? No. Nothing at all. It's Saturday, I guess. You mortals stop breathing on weekends. World War 4, I doubt it. Kata pre-patch 3 days. I don't know what that means anymore. I don't know what that means. Oh, a Cataclysm Classic. Has it already gone that far? I don't know what it means. That wasn't me, by the way. That was a dono. Alright. Well, fucking A, mate.
Hello, Mr. Force.
Hey.
I noticed you are playing Kale top offline and lost top tower every time before 10 minutes. But you still complain about being placed in iron despite having negative win rate. Please clarify.
Well, Kale is really weak early. I think you're lying about the fact that I lost a top tower before 10 minutes every game. That's just straight up a lie, honestly. But she's very weak early. But she becomes very
Do
good
Swedish
later.
toilets have bidets, or are they Kekona style?
We don't have bidets in Sweden, no, really. It's not very common, I would say. Not very common, every now and then.
Hello, Forsen.
Hello. Alright. You should still try other top champs. Yeah, is there a melee Kale? A Kale that's melee instead of range? I mean, by the fact that it's like super high scale late game. Nasus doesn't deal any damage. He's just tanky. I wasn't talking about like invuln. Set. Nasus scales Q on minions. I don't actually know what that means. But alright. I believe. Okay. I can see what he does, but because I feel like Kale is like just a little bit too slow. Like
Maybe
if she were
if you
to
got
activate
Merc
on level
treads
14
instead
instead of
of armor
16.
boots against Teemo and 3 AP, you wouldn't have died 15 times to Teemo blind, you disgusting noob. You played matches today and went from Iron 356 LP to Iron 380 LP.
Yeah, but I'm also testing out Kale as a potential. But I have now come to my conclusion that it's she's just a little bit too slow. A little bit too slow. If she were to activate at level 14, she would be perfect, but yeah, 16 is like, it's a big difference between 14 and 16. Big difference. Like it's like humongous what. But that's usually where you lose the game, right? Right as you hit level 16, it's too late because, yeah, your friends died too much. Either way, let's see here. We got some links, ladies. We got some links. I think, yes. But yeah, a melee Kale. Give me a melee Kale. Nasus. Or Nas, whatever. Could be. Kinda, yeah. It's more song request than not song request, I would say. Don't sign me song requests, man.
Hey Majors, so I'd like to start off with a little biology lesson. When a species finds itself living on an island, it can start to evolve in strange ways based on the different pressures applied by the new environment. This is called island syndrome, and while it can manifest in a lot of ways, the biggest driving force is often a lack of predators.
Hey Forsen, you should try
lost its
playing
ability to
Kale.
fly since there was nothing to flee from. The Saint killed a field mouse got twice as big since it no longer had to hide, and with no one around to bully them, the Sardinians started putting maggots in their cheese. Meet Kazumartsu, literal translation, rotten cheese. It's made by taking a perfectly good wheel of pecorino and letting a special type of fly lay eggs in it. The fly babies then work to partially digest the cheese, rendering it goopy and wet and maybe quite tasty and worm-filled. Now, cheese as a concept is already quite suspect. It's clotted milk that you fill with bacteria and mold and let sit for a while. But cheese is safe and delicious. Cheese is my friend. I trust cheese. So my guard would be down around Kazumartsu. I've learned to look past a cheese's childhood. Strange upbringings are what give them their character. But it turns out, those maggots are still alive, and if you don't chew well enough, they can cause enteric myiasis, which is a fancy term for fly larvae living in your intestines. Symptoms are similar to food poisoning, except with the added psychic pain of knowing that, again, your bowels are full of squiggly new friends. It's for this reason that Kazumartsu is banned in the EU and elsewhere. A black market still exists, which is wild, and it's not a small one. In 2019, the illicit Kazumartsu trade was estimated to be worth 2 to 3 million euros annually. Personally, I would just do it prohibition style, like definitely don't put these fly eggs on this sumptuous wheel of pecorino. But if you do, you absolutely shouldn't keep it warm and damp for a week. But although it's traditional to leave the larvae alive when you eat your mag and cheese, some consumers still prefer them dead, shockingly. In that case, one puts the cheese in a sealed bag, and when the maggots run out of oxygen, they writhe around and fling themselves all over the place. This is heard as a distinct pitter-patter against the walls of the bag, and when the sound stops, the contents are ready to eat, like popcorn. Shark fin soup is one most of us have heard about already, mostly in reference to its effect on shark populations and the wastefulness that goes into making it. Until recently, though, I never looked into the nature of the dish itself. I figured, right, the fins are just the only part of the shark worth eating. Big whoop, it's probably not much.
What? People eat shark all the time.
different from like swordfish. Apparently though, I had it backwards. Shark fins aren't even meat. They're made almost entirely of cartilage and collagen. They are the last part we should be eating. That's why it's only made into soup, because without being soaked in broth, it has zero flavor or nutritional value on its own. Their only redeeming quality is their unique mouthfeel due to how stringily the collagen grows, in structures called ceratotrichia. The texture has been described as somewhere between chewy and crunchy, which I find describes most things, actually. Other adjectives present on Wikipedia include snappy, gelatinous, and sinewy. The exact sensation of eating this substance remains a mystery to me, and the unintended side effect of all this research is that I now really want to try it. Like, it's a big trade. I've got to be the one that's wrong. There is imitation shark fin soup available, but I've already decided that it's not nearly as good. So I've come up with a compromise to this controversy. Everyone on Earth gets just one bite. Say there's 10 bites to a fin, 4 fins to a shark, 200 million sharks die, sure, a necessary casualty, but then we can end the practice forever. All done. You can finally rest, Mr. Ming. Come here, baby. Aww. Aki. What? Aki. Where? Aki. The aki is a fruit originally from West Africa, which is most commonly associated with Jamaican cuisine, where it appears in such dishes as aki and saltfish. These alien kidneys here are called the arils, and they're the only part of the fruit that's actually eaten. The flavor is on the savory side, being described as kind of nutty or bean-like. What makes the aki controversial, though, is the effects it can cause when prepared improperly. If the arils are allowed to completely ripen, they're harmless, but if you eat them too early, or don't thoroughly clean off all the non-aril stuff, they can cause Jamaican vomiting sickness. This disease doesn't sound real. It sounds like it belongs next to Eastern sweats and Tangerian bone grindings, but that's actually an official term, and as for symptoms, it does what it says on the tin. Plus maybe death. While aki-based products aren't outright illegal in the United States.
Alright. Hey, nothing creamy thing for 5 gifted, man. Congratulations to the lucky winners. And this...
You know the mystery box in Mario Kart, you run over it, it gives you that lottery rush in the top of your screen. Remember how good that feels, right? Now you know that one item in Mario Kart where, it looks like the item box, it gives you the hopes and dreams of getting that lottery rush, giving you an item to achieve greatness, but then you run over it and it just slows you down and makes you go, damn, that kind of sucks. Yeah, that's what League of Legends is. League of Legends is the most played PC game, and I think I made a meme video about League some time ago saying, haha, League sucks, guys. Hey, don't worry, the video is just a joke. Well, this video isn't a joke. Stay as far away from this game as you possibly can. Let's talk about the 4 things that make League of Legends what it is. Community, lore, gameplay, and addiction. Let's start with the community. Why are you watching this part of the video? You already know how god-awful of a fan base this game has. Doesn't matter if you've played the game or not. As long as you haven't been living under a rock, you know how toxic the community is. I'd rather live in the late 1340s, catch the bubonic plague and then cough my lungs out of my dick instead of having to sit in a room with a League of Legends player. I don't get why this game appeals to so many mentally ill individuals. It's like one of those heat-seeking missiles, but instead of locking on the airplanes and vehicles, it targets insecure niggas that have anger problems. All jokes aside, the real reason everyone on League is so toxic is because the creators of the game, they go around donating PCs to mental asylums, but the only thing that's allowed to be installed on it is League of Legends lore. League definitely has some really cool lore. I'd say it's in the top 30 of games with cool lore. Now, I will say that a lot of the characters in the game, they are just edgy ass motherfuckers with some simple ass, I kill, I do the killing. Hey, guess what I do? That's right, the killing. Hey bro, remember when we did that killing? Yeah, that was a good killing. That was a good killing. That was yesterday, right? Yeah, that was a good killing. But even then, those characters will have some decent lore that intertwines with others that, not only gives you something to read, if you're really into that sort of stuff, but also gives us some cool-ass in-game interactions. And even though it might be small to some people, for others, it really does make the game feel more alive. The gameplay. You thought watching paint dry was boring? All right, let me show you 80% of what League of Legends gameplay is. Now, you gotta remember that this is this is the most played exclusive PC game. But what makes people keep playing this boring ass game? This is where I'd like to combine both the gameplay and addiction portion of the video. League of Legends validates insecure people. From the way you get gold, the matchmaking, down to the separate roles of the game. It's perfectly made as this cage to lure in insecure niggas and then keep them there. The farming in this game, remember, it's 80% of what the game is. Just think about it. Every single time you last hit a minion, the sound effects, the VFX. It's all just a game trying to constantly reaffirm, hey man, you're doing good. You're doing great, man. Hey, keep on doing that. Keep on making that money. You're so good at what you do. I mean, just look at you. You as a sentient being beating up these low-level linear pathing AIs. How? I've never seen anyone do that before. You're so good, man. Keep playing. It's a subliminal thing, but after playing the game for so long and then heading to another game, let's say, I don't know, Skyrim, right? You know, you're playing Skyrim and you're like, hey, wait a minute. How come this doesn't feel as fun as it used to? That's because your brain's been conditioned. It's been terraformed to release dopamine. Once you've heard that little ding, you don't hear ding, you don't get your happy chemicals. But that's only the foundation of the addiction. The main thing is failure, or I guess, fear of failure. League, along many other matchmaking games, allows people to avoid blaming themselves for losses. But it does in a much advanced way due to its nature of being a MOBA.
Yeah, I mean, this we know. This we know.
Ling here for Mr. Force.
Alright, but no further. He's using a strap on his neck. Alright, to tank.
When playing League of Legends, knowing how to correctly manipulate minion waves is one of the most important mechanics in the game, and one of the most overlooked mechanics in lower elo. There are 3 different methods of manipulating a minion wave. You can fast push a wave, freeze a wave, or slow push a wave, and we'll go over what you should use and when. Firstly, fast pushing. This is very straightforward. Just kill all the minions as quickly as possible to push your minions into their tower. This is possibly the weakest way to default push, and should only really be used in 2 circumstances. The first being that you want your wave at your opponent's opponent's tower. This could be for any reason, such as your opponent has roamed and you're looking to deny farm, or simply you can push in for tower plates. The second reason to fast push is if you're in danger. For example, if you've got low health and you're at risk of being killed, or if you know the enemy jungler is looking your way, fast pushing is a quick way to get yourself out of that lane and buy yourself a small amount of time to fall back or have backup arrive. So what is the downside to fast pushing? Well, usually when doing this, you're just forcing a single wave into the tower. With minions spawning every 30 seconds and it taking 5 to 10 seconds to push a wave in, you're not giving yourself a good window to roam or be impactful in any way. In addition, if you're fast pushing, you're letting your opponent get pretty free farm under their tower where they are very safe. And if you want to challenge them for this farm, you're putting yourself at high risk for no reason. Also, what quite often happens is you've now given priority to your opponent to set up a freeze or slow push back at you, which can cause you to quickly lose control over your lane. The second method is freezing a wave. This is pretty easy to set up. You just last hit minions when your wave has fewer minions than your opponent's. As long as the opposing minion wave has 2 or 3 more minions in it than yours, you should be able to set up a freeze, making sure this minion line does not move from where it is. There are many advantages to freezing a lane. Firstly, you're keeping yourself incredibly safe and easily able to farm while keeping the opposing laner overextended. Also, freezing is a great option if you're ahead or behind. If you're behind, it can keep you safe from ganks and all-ins and allows you to farm. And if you're ahead, it's a crippling way to deny your opponent farm and sometimes even experience depending on how far ahead you are. The downside to freezing, however, is that you have now committed to being in that lane for a very long time. This means that if the enemy team go for a dragon or herald, your opponent will usually have priority over you. In addition, it means they'll be able to roam and gank without any pressure from you. So a good general idea for freezing is that if your opponent is great at roaming, don't freeze. Your teammates will not be happy with you. The third and final method is the slow push. This is incredibly strong and should be your default way to push. And thankfully, it's very easy to do. All you do is simply push the minion wave slowly, last hitting and pushing where you need to. What happens following this is you're able to build up 2 and sometimes even 3 waves of minions to crash into your opponent's tower. This strategy is actually really similar to the fast push, except you're pushing more minions into the tower, which overcomes the weakness of fast.
I don't see what the difference is between the slow push and the freeze. You're just last hitting, or what?
Pushing in that you don't have time to be effective, where with multiple minions crashed, you can now be impactful. The main advantages of this are, you now have time to roam, you can freely back and buy, you can often get multiple tower plates, and you're pretty safe because no one wants to fight you in a large wave of minions. In addition, if you do score a kill, it is devastating because your opponent is going to miss so much farm. Essentially, this method allows you to do anything you want. The only real downside to this method is if you're weaker, it may allow your opponent to set up a freeze in their favor. But if that is the case, either look to push the minions hard into the tower or go and roam. I hope you found this guide helpful, and here is a cheat sheet of what method to use and when.
I don't really understand what the fucking slow push. You build up a wave so they're stuck under a tower. Isn't that just hard pushing? Or fast pushing? Oh, you kill the range creeps.
I think we should get music to go to Oh man. Just going to town to that, Mark.
Damn, we need to find him a female bug. Yeah.
Fast push equals kill minions. Freeze equals maintain slight advantage for enemy wave. Slow push equals maintain slight advantage for your wave. Aha. Okay. Okay. Hey, KDST, think of it 4 years is holy moly. Maya Natsumi with the Prime Sub, welcome. Farpish, welcome back. Thank you, boys.
Nice.
It's me, Maldio.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing this because I can't bear the weight of my shame and sadness any longer. I want you to know that this decision has nothing to do with you. You've always been there for me. I've been drowning in a sea of humiliation and despair. I'm nothing more than a joke. My self-esteem is shattered. Please don't blame yourselves for what I'm about to do. This is my choice. My way of ending the pain that's consumed me for far too long. I love you more than words can express. Goodbye.
Jacob? Are you here to beat me up or something? Because you don't need to. I'm killing myself.
Jacob, get down from there.
Leave me alone. Get off me.
What are you doing?
What does it look like? You made my life hell. I'm ending it.
No, you can't do that. Jacob, I'm sorry. I didn't know I affected you this much.
You made fun of me for having a small wiener. And then you guys showed the whole school.
I don't know what I was thinking. This is all my fault. I should be the one jumping off of a bridge.
Of course not.
Yeah, I made fun of you for something you can't control.
Poor
That's
acting.
horrible, man. I'm sorry. Look, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Me and Allie only went on a date just one time, and we didn't even do anything. You know, I only said all that to be cool. And reality is, I have a small wiener too.
Really?
Yeah, I'm insecure and I lash out on students like you. I didn't know the damage I could do. I thought you were gonna kill yourself.
Well, I was.
Now it's time to prove it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Really?
Yeah, man. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Hey everyone, this is Miles Morals, the basketball coach from Twin Peaks High School, and I just want to let everybody know I have a small wiener too, and I'm proud of it. See? Who cares? So what if we have small wieners? We should be thankful for the body that God gave us.
You're right.
Small wiener gang.
Miles? Jacob? What are you guys doing here?
None of your business. Why don't you just get lost?
Sorry, what did you say to me, Shrimp? You gonna do anything about this?
Well, I guess we won't be seeing her again.
What?
Bullying can cause serious damage. Let's choose kindness.
Throwing someone off a bridge causes serious damage. What is this message you want? What?
In this guide, you're going to learn the 10 biggest mistakes low elo players make that hold them back from climbing. My name's Hex, and I'm a multi-season challenger player that's been teaching League of Legends here at Skillcapped for over 10 years. And if there's one thing I've learned in that time, it's that being good at League doesn't require you to master every single detail of the game or have crazy good mechanics. You can see big gains in your rank just by understanding a few simple concepts and fixing a couple of key mistakes that you don't even know you're making. My promise to you is that if you just focus on fixing 1 or 2 of the mistakes in this guide, that you will see significant rank gains. How do I know that? Well, taking low-ranked players and getting them results fast is kind of what we specialize in. Sound too familiar? You load up a game of League, realize the enemy laner is a complete bot. You start winning lane thinking to yourself, why am I even stuck in this rank? And 5 seconds later, the enemy jungler arrives for an easy kill, and now you're wondering why you never get junglers like that. Well, this is likely happening because you're on what's called the weak side. In League, wherever a jungler starts, they'll path towards the opposite side of the map. So, for example, let's say the enemy Kayn starts at his blue, and your Nocturne starts at his blue. This means each jungler is pathing in the opposite direction. Your jungler is pathing away from you, while the enemy jungler is pathing towards you. When this occurs, it means you're on the weak side, while the side your jungler is pathing to is called the strong side. The enemy jungler gets to path towards you with no threat of your jungler ever coming to counter gank, and so it's incredibly common to be ganked towards the end of their route. There's an easy solution to this though. Every game, watch the minimap once laning starts and pay attention to which side lane arrives to lane the latest. This will tell you they gave their jungler a leash and that he started on that side. Most high-level players memorize 315 to 345 in-game. This is because 315 is when a jungler will be finished his full clear and can gank you prior to the 330 scuttle spawn, while 345 is when they'll have finished taking the nearby scuttle and either be recalling or moving to the other side of the map. However, let's be honest, we're not playing in high elo, so for this reason, I just recommend playing safe from 3 to 4 minutes. It's easier to memorize and accounts for the randomness and inefficiency of low elo.
Not a bad advice.
Still, that doesn't
not a bad advice.
Around being ganked. I mean, how many times have you heard this before? You need to get the push lead early on. Pushing is amazing. Pushing gets you lane priority. It pins the opponent. Getting push advantage translates to level spikes, all-ins, recall timings. So you're like, okay, I get it. I need to push. You load into the game, start pushing, and one of Riot's super balanced champions just runs you down and kills you like you're nothing. Or the jungler just swings on by to immediately punish you for overextending, probably on a weird timing you can't even predict. Well, the cause of this is usually one simple mistake. Most low elo players will be pushing, winning lane, and so feel safe enough to throw out one of their key abilities to try and land more damage. This is a trap. Don't do this. Instead, identify what the key ability your champion has that helps you disengage and survive, and then just hold on to that while you poke the enemy with your other abilities. So, for example, with Hui, this could be holding onto your fear while you poke with your other spells. That way, if you get ganked or the enemy tries to engage on you, it's as simple as fearing them and running away. Also, pro tip, time your crowd control when an enemy uses one of their engaged spells. They'll be locked into the animation and be unable to dodge it. I see players make this mistake all the time, like you're playing Ahri and you think, I have my ult, so I'll play super aggressive here looking to land a charm. Then you just end up overextending and having to use that ult to escape. Instead, just look to poke with your Q and hold your charm and even your W for the enemy tries to fight back or if you get ganked. That charm into your W movement speed boost will save you from having to use your ult. Every champion will max their one damage ability first, so in lane, usually the other basic abilities are pretty weak. It's often better to just use your main damage ability for poke and pushing, and then just hold on to the rest of them for disengaging, especially if you're pushed up or overextended. In general, low elo players don't realize how many tools they have available to escape ganks. It's not just about vision or map awareness. I see this one mistake all the time. Here, Aurelion Sol is getting ganked. Let's pause here. I want you to tell me, what is the one key to Aurelion Sol escaping this gank?
I don't know. Running this way.
It's simply running in the opposite direction of the enemy jungler.
Yes!
Instead, the Aurelion Sol makes the all too common mistake of thinking his only escape route is towards the safety of his tower. When you push up a lane, you have to realize that running towards your tower is rarely going to be a safe path. You often just run towards the jungler, making the gank easier. Here's a great example of Faker using this concept. He's pushed up, and the jungler looks to punish him by flashing on him. Again, most players would flash towards their tower, but that just end up being a mistake as they'd get run down their lane. Instead, try to think of the direction that's most opposite of the enemy jungler. That's not the river in this case, but actually flashing into the enemy's jungle. This creates maximum separation, causes the enemy to lose vision, and stops any more damage. Now, don't get me wrong, this ends up working out in the end because Faker was aware his jungler was bot side, and his bot lane had lane priority so they could get to him first. However, still, the point is, when Vi first showed, how many of you thought flashing into the enemy's jungle was even an option? This one concept is key to pushing successfully. You have to be aware you don't just have one escape path to your tower. Treat the entire opposite side of where the enemy jungler is ganking from as a viable escape route, and you'll start to realize why you've been dying so much. Now, I know that still doesn't fully solve the problem. In some cases, it won't be enough to deal with some of the champions.
Yeah, I mean, this is not where we are lacking, right?
In retrospect, because if I'd had the strength to exchange, I also would have the strength to get off. That it would create a compelling image. I knew I was going to be okay.
Bah. Ekelhaft.
Returning to the Colosseum today after 5 years in retirement, Caesar is pleased to bring you the only undefeated champion in Roman.
Jamie Wyvern Zern Juna and LC 420 thank you boys. Welcome back.
He knows too well how to manipulate the mob.
Marcus Aurelius had a dream that was Rome, Proximo. This is not it. This is not it.
Marcus Aurelius is dead, Maximus. We mortals are but shadows and dust. Shadows and dust, Maximus!
The grinning Lyceum of Antonius Proximo. Caesar is proud to give you Aelius Maximus.
14k views, 50k plus views minimum. All right, you must follow the rules. All right.
Congratulations!
Don't get me banned.
You guys are way lucky. You can go on a super
Look at this guy, 951k.
A sea cruise? Well, it's like, you know, we have these incredible super cool tickets for you. Cool. Cool, huh?
Thank you for your Pikachu.
Huh? Hey, you can't take... You won a trip through the warp tile.
That was easy.
And now Salon Roquet presents a fashion extravaganza and Pokemon Battlethon to protect the world from boring fashion.
To dress all people with flash and passion.
To give all Pokemon pretty faces.
To extend our art to outer spaces.
Jesse.
James.
Salon Roquet. When it comes to chic, we know what's right.
Surrender your taste to prepare to fight.
Hello, everybody. Good day.
I don't believe my eyes.
We kick up our legs, so you will buy our eggs. Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages,
The Pokemon magic is about to begin!
All right then, a little changing music. Ooh, pass me that, will you? No, that's mine.
Almost ready.
Oh, hand me those puffs. Ooh.
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all peoples within our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To extend our reach to the stars above.
Jesse!
James.
Team Rocket, blast up at the speed of light.
Surrender now or prepare to fight.
Brock, I think it's probably just because you weren't prepared for them. That must be the trouble, Brock. You weren't prepared to see them. That's the trouble. A bride and groom. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations.
On this, our sunny wedding day, there's a funny trick we'd like to play. Our matrimony is a total phony. Huh? Now we'll take these Pokemon away.
Baby, you're not prepared for trouble.
Lady, I'm not gonna make it double.
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all peoples within our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To extend our reach to the stars above.
Alright. We get it. Same one line, huh?
I missed the arrow. Make some fucking sense. How did I fucking miss that? Oh my god, y'all saw that shit? It's over for you. You have no plot. You're dead. You're fucking dead.
Never lose focus.
Well, let's have smite.
You destroyed her. Wow.
Position well, and the battle is won before blood is drawn.
I couldn't move like 2 seconds. What the fuck?
Not made it.
Double attack.
What? Wait, what?
Is that Vikings is making it hard for us to fucking win the game?
What?
There's
happened?
nobody I for but me.
I don't know what happened. We flashed, but the Camille did some ability that swapped places somehow. Oh, he missed the flash. He missed the flash, and he flashed into the wall, and the Camille was just insta flash over. No.
You didn't know that?
No, it was the Camille pulling back.
I don't care how many pigeons there are, my dude.
Ah, Camille's ult pulls back towards center. That's my camera.
How did you see him?
Playing with camera lock on is for noobs.
I love what I do.
A funny guy.
Welcome back to Movie Recaps. Today I will show you a drama, war film from 2020, titled The 800. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. In 1937, China is in the middle of the Second Sino-Japanese War. A group of soldiers has been given the mission of protecting the international settlement of Shanghai, but to reach the city, they first need to cross the countryside. When they finally reach their destination, they first come across the destroyed and abandoned side of town, so the group begins discussing how to proceed as young Xiao Hubei tells his uncle that his brother is gone. His brother is Duan Wu, who has gone exploring to see what's going on.
Who?
He discovers there are Japanese soldiers in the area and these soldiers see him in return, so they charge after him and find the rest of the Chinese troops. Duan Wu grabs his brother and his uncle so they can hide together and escape by sneaking around through the ruins of buildings while their group is killed. When night falls, they reach the nicer still inhabited part of Shanghai, only to find the NRA shooting fellow Chinese soldiers for being deserters. Afraid of being labeled deserters as well, they look for another group to join in order to cross safely, and eventually they find a machine gun company they can join. These soldiers are deserters as well, but at least they are being taken to a Shanghai warehouse where they're needed instead of executed. This is the Sihang warehouse, the last standing stronghold between Shanghai and the Japanese army. Commander Zhu Shengzhong isn't happy to have deserters working with him and wants to kill them, but Lieutenant Colonel Xie Jinyuan tells him they're going to need all the help they can get, so he sends the new arrivals to work outside on the fortifications. Duan Wu takes the chance to talk to the colonel and clarify he and his family aren't deserters, just part of the troops sent by the Wangpi headquarters that got left behind, but Jinyuan sends them to work anyway. While the group is working outside, one of the soldiers sounds the alarm, but it's nothing to worry about. It isn't the Japanese that are coming, just a group of Chinese refugees heading for the international Shanghai settlement. Duan Wu's uncle sneaks out of the warehouse to join them and try to enter the safety of the settlement, but at the gates, he isn't allowed to enter because he is wearing an army uniform and soldiers are not authorized to be there. Back in the warehouse, the soldiers enjoy the beautiful singing from a woman in a building across the river while Hubei befriends the only other boy his age in the group called Xiao Kuai Yue. On the roof of the warehouse, Kuai Yue shows Hubei the stark difference between the worlds at the front and the back of the building. Meanwhile, a group of soldiers finds a hole in the wall hidden behind a bunch of boxes. When they go through it, they are surprised to find a stable with a white horse still in it. As soon as they open the stall door though, the horse gets spooked and runs out, but thankfully Kuai Yue whistles at the horse and calms it down before it gets shot. The next day, worry takes over the civilians in the streets when they suddenly hear explosions and notice the Japanese have taken over yet another building, waving their flags as a sign of victory. Thinking the warehouse is low in defense, next the Japanese try to take over it as well, but it is all a trap. The Chinese army has been hiding to ambush them and manages to quickly defeat them, thanks to the element of surprise. Duan Wu's group is still seen as deserters though, so they are not allowed to fight. They wait in a locked room and are only let out when the battle is over. One of them tries to run away, but he's immediately shot for trying to desert again.
What's wrong with desert?
Oh, step lively, mate. That there's a Tasmanian devil, the most vicious animal in the old blinking world. What's cooking?
The Tasmanian devil's on the loose! Run! Run! Run for your life!
Blah, blah, blah.
The Tasmanian devil's on the loose! Run for your lives! Weigh anchor! Every man for himself! Oh, it's too bloomin' late. We're scuttled. What's up, Croc? Who you hiding from?
The Tasmanian devil's on the loose! Run! Run! Run for your life! Run!
That weird thing back there gives me the creeps. Fortunately, he's been tranquilized.
Beware of the Tasmanian devil, a vicious, ravenous brute with powerful jaws like a steel trap. Eats aardvarks, ants, bears, boars, cats, bats, dogs, hogs, elephants, antelopes, pheasants, ferrets, giraffes, gazelles. A strong, murderous beast, jaws as powerful as a steel trap, has ravenous appetite, eats tigers, lions, elephants, buffaloes, donkeys, giraffes, octopuses, rhinoceroses, mooses, ducks, rabbits. The Tasmanian devil is a powerful, vicious, evil-tempered brute. Hungry at all times, it will eat anything, but is especially fond of wild duck. Yeesh! Octopuses, penguins, people, warthogs, yaks, newts, walrus, gnu's, wildebeestes. What? No rabbits? Especially rabbits.
Still not as OP as Bugs Bunny. Dead by Daylight killer. Jungler meta. Hey, Marak Bad Evolution, Excluse, Mitocorn, Zeraz, Aryakuda, Fumbless Noob, and Master GT. Welcome back, boys. Green fucking and Megaman. Fireman, 112 months, thank you very much. My God. Okay, where's the fucking race, man? What the fuck is this? This is definitely straight out of fucking Wacky Races. Whatever the fuck it was called. With the pigeon. Oh my god, what is cancer? I mean, is this the official race? He can't even start. That guy is long gone. It's like 50% whether you can start or not. Ah, this audio is too fucking canceling.
Well, hello there, wonderful people. Have you ever wondered why on earth Korea is known for their mechanical server? And why they won't stop fist fighting, or why one death is all it takes to wish unironical death upon one's mother? Well, my Finnish friend and I have been boot camping for almost 4 months in Korea, and we've been dehumanizing ourselves. I myself have been playing almost 1,000 games in Korean solo queue, all around 700 LP Grandmaster, less than 5 wins away from Challenger, and I wanted to make a video on the key differences between playing mid lane in Europe and playing mid in Korea. When you're playing in Korea or watching Korean solo queue, you'll notice very quickly that games end extremely quick, and oftentimes the deciding factor of what blew a game open takes place even before the 5-minute mark. People don't want to keep playing after going down a few kills, yet for some reason in Europe the game state can be 10 kills to 30, 6k gold deficit at 14 minutes, and people still somehow have the strength to believe in the victory. Do Korean players just
16k views? My god! Huh? There's a rule section in the nation. 50k plus views. Alright? Rules are meant to be followed.
进入广西的旅程从漓江开始，闯入一片山水秘境，
Bro.
到一座城的过去与现在。
Chinese guy.
参加一场火
We don't understand. Stop it.
飞越华南之巅。
Hey, Big P knows that your prime sub. HBI Venom. I'm corrupt. And edit props.
「桂林山水甲天下。古人的一句诗，让慕名而来的游客络绎不绝。
Forsen, come to China. China #1.
到漓江看山水，成了游玩的标配。一年之中，一日之内
No views.
由于
117k views.
漓江的每一个人看到的风景都不尽相同。从空中
It's safe.
就更是变幻莫测。可以说，山水之间 安放了一个看不完的桂林山水。其实，来漓江旅行，最重要的不是要看完这里的景色，也不是数清这里绵延的群山。
Oh, this ain't real. This is CGI. Well, what is this? No place looks like this. This is CGI. This is Chinese propaganda. What are these fucking mountain tops? Like a fucking avatar. Mountains are like that in China? What? Okay. Nice crowd simulation, huh? Made in Blender? Don't believe it.
Please, do not push the button. You have no idea what it...
I'm about to bust right now.
On May 3rd in the year 2020, Perel Brown, otherwise known as Dreamy Boo, who is a content creator, would create a Twitter account for posting explicit content from his model hub page. However, on February 8th, 2021 is when he started his website, Dreamy Boo XXX, which is when he made more solo squad videos. And these videos are single-handedly as to why his name is known across the internet. See, Dreamy Boo makes what you would expect from an adult content creator, but whenever a video is nearing its end and he's about to... I'm trying so hard not to get demonetized, so excuse me for the video game terminology. But right before he gets the victory royale and finishes the game, he just has a bad habit of just saying the goofiest shit for no reason. Like by far his most popular video is him just screaming, "I'm about to go!" And people would just take these videos and just shove it in a situation to where it doesn't belong. From thank you speeches to putting him in scenes of childhood favorites. And people just ran this man's videos to the ground. So far, in fact, that Dreamy Boo himself has gone off to say he's taking all his videos down and that the internet has ruined his life. And while that is kind of messed up, I gotta say, at minimum, 95% of that is your fault. Like, first off, ain't nobody tell you to do the goofiest shit imaginable when you about to finish. And it's not even just what he's saying. He be doing the most as well. I done seen videos of this man drooling. See, I don't know if this is texture watching another man's hands, but it don't feel that good. I know it don't feel that good. I don't give a damn if the lotion was crafted from the sweet nectar of the Himalayan mountains. Your right hand does not feel that good, sir. Honestly, maybe you should consider a career switch, because this is some Denzel level acting. He already got the lip quiver down. However, changing how the public sees you is hard. You ain't no Rock or John Cena, but maybe you could get a minor role in like the Blackening, I think. Oh yeah, he has a wife and 2 kids, by the way. And all I gotta say about that is, I pray your children have the strength of God when they get to the middle school lunch tables. Like, goddamn.
Spoiler, they won't.
You got hoes? Yeah, what you looking for?
Well, we want you to be the hoe.
Yeah. The Thug Hunters are an adult series where 2 guys, one being the cameraman and the other for a more hands-on approach. These videos usually start out with the 2 wandering through the hood looking for their next target, while talking about how much they like the gangster aesthetic and how when they sag, it does things to them. So once they spot their target and approach them on the grounds of business, asking for physical services, and the thug will say he knows a place where he can get some, and will hook them up for a fee, of course. But eventually, after beating around the bush, the thug realizes that in their mind, they have already arrived at their destination. He starts going off about how he ain't with that they're crazy for even asking.
I don't touch none of that gay shit.
However, when all seems lost, the Thug Hunters whip out their special weapon, just in case this would happen. $300. Yes, usually $300. Which all I gotta say is, god damn, they able to convert a straight man into James Charles with just $300 and a mouthpiece that puts MK Ultra to shame. But I digress. Going back to the Thug Hunter lore, in one of these incidents, the camera...
Alright, I've seen that already.
I know 0 technical aspects about wrestling, so don't get offended if you're a wrestling diehard, but this saga is amazing. Someone requested it, And I watched it, and I was like, I remember this kind of, but I didn't realize it was this insane. It's 6-4. The Mongolian wrestler in red is currently losing, but he's going to do all this ninja floaty rotation spinny stuff, with eventually nets him 3 points. And again, I don't know where they came from, but his coaches on the left, they know he's about to get it. They push him outside the boundary. It doesn't really matter. He's excited. This is for the bronze medal. They go to the review. All the judges are watching the replay on the screen, and they say, yep, 2 points. Then they give him another point to make it 7-6. And this coach is livid now that they gave him the 3rd point. I don't know what it was for, but he gets a warning. He gets a yellow card. They say, go sit down. So he sits down. Now they keep wrestling. Now it's at 6-minute mark. It's done. So there's 13, 12, 11, 10 seconds left. And now the Mongolian wrestler starts celebrating his victory, putting his hands up and just running around, celebrating the victory. And the other wrestler's like, come on, man. How am I able to get points if he won't engage me? So wrestling has a rule where, you can't be passive. You have to actively be engaging. So they ask for, look at this.
I remember. We watched this, and they get fucked over because he did that. We watched this. Yeah.
Jim, good to have you on the show.
Good to be here, Jim. Thank you.
Check that. Chris Everett, good to have you on the show.
You know what?
It's not that he would have gotten a point in the last 5 seconds, but...
About 2 years, actually, Chris.
Well, hey, you know what? Let me say one thing. In that game, how many sacks did I have that we came back and won?
How many sacks did you have?
How many sacks?
Let's see, but this was back in 1989.
Okay, that was about
you may have even been Jim Everett back there, but somewhere along the way, Jim, you ceased being Jim and you became Chris.
Well, let me tell you a little secret. That, we're sitting here right now, and if you guys want to take a station break, you can. But if you call me Chris Everett to my face one more time...
I already did it twice.
You call it one more time, we better take a station break.
Well, it's a 5-minute segment, or 5-segment show. We got a long way to go.
Well, we do.
We got a long way to go.
We do.
I'll get a couple segments out of you before.
Well, it's good to be here with you, though.
Well, it's good to see you, too.
Because you've been talking like this behind my back for a long time.
But now I said it right here.
Right, exactly.
Well, we got no problems then.
I think that you probably won't say it again.
I bet I do.
Okay.
Chris?
When the dust had settled, Rome continued with the show minus Everett. For his part, Everett apologized, saying the frustrations of his time in Los Angeles came to a head with the repeated taunts of his hosts, and he lost it.
Why didn't he want to be called Chris? Where is this shit? Is that the Hogwarts Express? I think piss. But why is this? What is this video? This is stupid as shit. Alright, we're fucking done. I'm fucking done with your shit. Alright, you're absolute garbage. Time for some other garbage. Time for some other garbage. Alright. Alright, boys. It's time to see if ELO hell is real or not. Let's find out. Empirical study. What hero was it that you said was the like melee version of Kale? Nasus. Alright. Let me check what Nasus does. Nasus gets +2 damage for every minion kill with Q. Q. 3 damage. Is there an equivalent to a Legion Commander in this game? That like gets from killing with the ult? That gets permanent buffs by killing with the ult? Veigar. I'm gonna just ban some random. I don't know. I don't really. Oh, Shogath gets. Yeah, he gets. But he doesn't get damage. He gets health, right? He gets health. But is there someone who gets damage? Or attack speed? From killing with the ult. Veigar and Nasus gets damage. His ability to scale with HP. Oh, okay. Ban this fucking... I don't know who to ban. But a lot of people seem to be playing Darius top, so might be a cuckery. UCD Riven Senpai, thank you for 2 years. Golden Kappa badge now, Mr. Forrest. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, sir. Marcus with the 2 months, welcome back. Protagonist. GC Curie, Dimsum, XOXO. Thank you, boys. Who? Alright. I am lost pick. Who is this guy? Is this Renekton? Doesn't look like. Nafiri. Never heard of. Oh, it says here. Nafiri. Never seen this guy. Let me see. Nasus. Let me see what he actually has here. What is his passive? Passive. Nasus drains his foe spirit energy, giving him bonus lifesteal. Pick your champ. Rengar. Alright. Flash. Flash? What? see here. Siphoning. Killing an enemy with this attack, permanently increasing its damage by 3. Increases to 12 against champions. Large minions and large during monsters. The ability to trigger spell effects when the... Deals extra damage. And what is the cooldown? 3.5 at the end. That's pretty good. Nasus ages as champion, slowing them by 35%. Increases attack speed is also reduced. Okay, that's good. Spirit Fire. Ignites a spirit flame, dealing blank enemies in the area lose armor and take magic damage for 5 seconds. Alright, losing armor is good. Ultimate. Becomes empowered in the sandstorm for 15 seconds, increasing his maximum.